Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Stop me now. If you want to have a good time.
Yeah, welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, here in Phoenix, Arizona, from the beautiful studios of Freedoms with an S, freedomsphoenix.com. Now, what I'm going to play for you is a rant that someone that listens to the show regularly put it up on YouTube, and he just took a segment of it, and he was just pointing out that, yeah, he just likes a good rant every now and then, and it was. And I give you a little bit of history. We'll play it in a couple of segments here over the next couple of segments, because it's not very long, but I won't have time to finish it in this segment, and we'll do it in the next one. I'll make you have to listen, start the next hour. Because what was going on is I interviewed Silver Circle, the filmmaker of that, and we were talking about it, and I wanted to make sure he got a good commercial. We did an hour interview, and the first three segments we were talking about it and so on. And I wanted to emphasize how important I thought this film was being made and what impact it's going to have, because we know what's coming. So I wanted to give him a good commercial, and I just really, went at it. And this gentleman goes, ooh, I like a good rant. So he put that up. So I'm going to go ahead and start that, and you kind of get, it kind of segues into what we did today. So I'll go ahead and play this, and you'll see what's up.
What makes a good tirade even more enjoyable is when I can imagine myself saying those very things, getting in people's faces and shouting it from the rooftops to those that just don't get it. I hope you enjoy the following excerpts from the interview by my favorite libertarian, Ernest Hancock, regarding the new Silver Circle movie that is currently under production. They say you can hear Ernie all the way to space. Sit back and listen, and you'll learn why.
We need to watch Silver Circle movie. That's what we need to do. This whole, everyone, I love that scene out of Lord of the Rings, because out of, I don't know, how many gazillion hours is the trilogy of that thing, 7, 8 hours, something, long time. And I'll tell you this, the entire thing can be encapsulated in those 40 seconds. Give me the power. Yeah. I'll do good with it, Well, of course, Gandalf is like, no. I know better. It's not who's behind the lever of power, who wears the ring of power. It's the power. Well, when you start dealing in an understanding of the next generation, for them to understand it's this collectivization, it's a centralization of power, certainly over monetary policy, that is the problem. And for the first time in any of our adult lives, this has become a major issue that young people now understand. And when you had the older generation screaming at the top of their lungs, where are the youth? When are they going to get it? What? They're where? In government schools? The only optimism I have is that it took trillions of dollars over generations of government schools and government propaganda and lamestream corporate media. The media that sued last century of beating every single waking moment into your head. Rock the vote. Yeah. Here's the problem. You're not loving your neighbor enough by, putting a gun to his head and taking his money to redistribute the way your politicians say they should. I mean, come on. So here you have an opportunity, entire generation using the technology that we have to distribute something into the minds of the populace, and especially the young, and them understand one thing, what the real problem is. It's this collectivization. It's this centralization. It is, they don't get to make individual decisions with their money with other individuals. And once this happens, once this idea takes root, once they are starting, and keep in mind, it has only been a couple of years. Out of all of our life, at the 100 years almost of the Federal Reserve, it's only been the last couple of years that these ideas have got penetrated into the youth. Well, you think you're going to unlearn the truth? All of a sudden, you're going to hit 27 and go, I made a mistake, or I forgot it, or I'm, more concerned about if they, put something in the water. I mean, they have to change us at a fundamental level. They have to, convert us from being human beings into something else to be able to be successful in this, which is, I'm keeping an eye out for. But the point is that here we have an opportunity to communicate these ideas that the older generation has been freaking out about, wanting the younger generation to do it. Well, guess what? The younger generation is going to do it themselves, their way, with their spin, and they are not going to be going around associated with it with a pledge of allegiance to a republic that's screwing them. It's not going to happen. And what's going to be? Are the older generation going to rise up and rally against the young generation, saying, screw your entire federal government. Screw this centralization, this pledge of allegiance in the to the flag in the public school. Heck, screw your entire government school system. Are you ready for that? Because that's what it's going to take. That's what's coming. That was their control mechanism for getting you on the plantation. And here you have an entire generation is ready to rise up against a man their way. Are you ready for it? Well, guess what it includes? It includes them not being financial slaves to keep funding your entitlement programs that grew over your entire life just as an excuse to create all these financial buckets of money that then Wall Street came in and said, we maxed out now? Is the pile as big as it's going to get? Or are you going to start taking from the pile? You're going to start retiring? You're going to start lessening the amount of money that we can steal? Well, guess what? It's all ours now. Thanks for playing. And you're going to, what, get more out of this next generation? Make them work? And now there's not even jobs for them to do it. It's over. It's so freaking over. It's just what's next. How are we going to maintain our humanity? How are we going to be peaceful? How are we going to embrace the trend of humanity? We are going to the stars. Do we got to go to space to get away? And government's not invited? Are we going to do it here? Are we going to, what? I don't know. But I tell you this, we're not going to take government with us in this next generation, not voluntarily. There is a battle coming for the minds of the people. It's a revolution, and they have to try and stop it. They, them, those. There are those that just want to be left alone, and those that just won't leave them alone. Which one are you? And you think you're for freedom, but if you're using the gun of a government and a shiny badge and the always available, gun that they got to enforce this little piece of paper, whatever the heck they said that they did, that is justifying, legitimizing them stealing from me and then my grandkids and my kids, this entire generation coming, you're going to lose because they're not going to do it. They can't. It's not mathematically possible. So what? What's next? What? Are you going to, this next older generation just going to be totally abandoned because you're the enemy, because you're trying to force them to fund whatever it is, programs that were created in your generation? Is that it? Is that what you're going to do? You better be looking to have a vibrant economy with a compassionate people, because that's the only thing that's going to save your ass. If you have not been getting chickens to feed yourself and a garden and, buying silver, which you still can get. I mean, I'm telling you, man, this silver thing is going to get stupid. It's going to get stupid. I remember when it used to be double digits. I mean, this is what I see. I'm going, what is today? It is the 16th of August, 2010. Mark it down. Heck, give me a year. Give me, not even before the next presidential election cycle. All this is going to be neon flashing obvious. How did Ernie know? How the hell did you not know? This is coming. And where are you going to be? Where? And the support of whom? Who? I want, this. So here we got Silver Circle. They're going to we're going to give you a little glimpse in the future how this, can work, going to work. I don't think we got a choice. Here it comes. So you have an entire generation that understands this, and they're going to start living. The agorists, we have these guys on, these free market voluntarists. Liberty on Tour. I just saw them in Philadelphia this weekend. Party, hey, Friday night, man. We were whooping it up. Or Saturday night, I can't remember. It's always a party. So we were downtown old Philadelphia. We got looking at the Liberty on Tour van, and there's lots of Freedom Phoenix all over that. Declare your independence stickers, man. I love those guys because they're out advocating for a voluntary society as opposed to what? No, a gun to your forehead society? You're going to have to fund it. It's not working. And the only reason they did it was to be able to delay, collection. We got everybody's money in a bucket, and they took it. And I guarantee the audience out there, average age of, older, and I tell you this, I guarantee on average you are worth at least half what you were a few years ago. Half. It all went away, didn't it? Didn't it? Didn't it? And if it didn't go away, you didn't have anything anyway, doesn't matter, because everything's going to cost twice as much anyway. Yep. Yeah, I was on a roll. The thing is that since then, August, when it was what? $17, $16, $18, you started getting up around 20. Now it's almost 30. Oh, Ernie's going to turn out being rat. You know, well, yeah, you can be dead right. Got to prepare. We'll talk about it some more next hour when we come back and some more goodies. And all this week, we're going to get ready for the big show at the end of the week, summarizing 2010 and what our predictions are for 2011. And we're getting ready right not later. We'll be right back.